Good evening, hello, and welcome to today's webinar. Our topic is WOW, our new gel polish system. Today we will explain the system, the advantages, and also the differences compared to All Week Long. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us. Ute will apply the polish and give also some insider tips. I will translate. And as I said, if you have any questions in between, just feel free to ask. Okay, so WOW is a complete new system. We are very proud of the system because it is completely innovative. There are a lot of semi-permanent nail polishes on the market right now, but none of them are hybrid gel systems. So what is the difference to a normal, long-lasting nail polish? Well, first of all, you see the bottle is not see-through. This is because it has photo initiators in it, in the bulk. So this is why you need a black bottle. And also we have a plumping effect. So it is on a gel base. It's not on a nail polish base. And the plumping effect smooths the nail plate. If you have ridges, if you have uneven nail plate, you have a complete clear and even surface. And also it is very much, it dries a lot faster than normal nail polish. We will demonstrate this shortly. Basically, if you apply the first layer on one hand, by the time you apply the first layer on the second hand, the first hand is already dry. Okay, so we will go through the steps. While Ute is doing the application, I will explain something concerning the application and later on also some more details on the technique and on the texture. So when you do the application, you prepare the nail and the hand as always. You disinfect and clean. Then you file your nail in form, and we always recommend, not just for this system but for any polish system, to degrease the nail plate. So you can either use a cleaner or the nail polish primer just to make sure that the nail surface is perfect. One thing I forgot to ask, do you have any technical difficulties? Can you hear and see us? Okay, looking good. So basically, after the preparation, you do not need a base coat because the base coat is implemented in the color. So you have no nail plate staining whatsoever. You just need to degrease the nail plate. We have one question? No? Oh, okay. So what's very important with the system is that you apply the layers super thin. And another very important aspect is that you also take the edge of the nail while polishing. So remember to seal also the edge of the nail. We have a special brush inside the WOW hybrid gel polishes, which has an ergonomic form. So you have just one stroke basically and your nail plate is already polished. So we can already almost touch the surface. It's super dry, a super fast drying time. So as I said, it's very important to have very thin layers. If for any reason you apply too much bulk, it could happen that small bubbles appear in the nail polish. So that's always a sign that you polish too thick and you apply the second layer too quickly afterwards. But the first nail is almost already dry, so if you're finished with this hand, you can apply the second layer. So if you have customers who ask you, why should I use WOW over All Week Long? All Week Long is basically on a nail polish base, whereas WOW is on a gel polish base. All Week Long is a nail polish that lasts longer than normal nail polish, but it doesn't have the plumping effect. So this is an advantage that WOW has over All Week Long. It's not a gel system, a curing gel system. So we have colleagues among us that WOW lasted up to 10 days, but the average is 7 days. So it always depends on your nail plate. Do you have healthy nails? Do you work a lot with your hands? Do you have oily, greasy nails? So you can't have an average durability for every nail type. You have to look at your individual nail. So Ute now applied one layer, and you can feel over the first nail plate and also the second, it's already dry. So this is another advantage you have over all week long or normal nail polish. It dries a lot faster. You have the plumping effect, it dries a lot faster, and you have the plumping top coat, which when you have a second layer and the top coat, you will see in a second, you really have a gel-like look. So for customers who like this plumping gel effect, but are afraid of soak-off or have bad experience with soak-off, this is really an alternative. But it's important that you talk to your customers, you ask them about their expectations. If they are looking for a system that lasts up to 14 days, this is not light curing, so it's not normal general durability time. Okay, so this is the second layer, and you can already see it has a super high shine gel look to it. And the system works over time. So if you apply your polish, it really functions fully after 1 day. So it takes 1 day to completely harden, and with every day exposed to natural daylight, it becomes harder. It becomes more and more stable, and the surface becomes resistible. So Ute is now applying the second layer, and you also see the brush has a super form. It's a very easy application, very streak-free. And for this kind of system, you need a wider brush, because the thinner brushes, because of the thick texture, they would not secure an even application. So you do need a wider brush for this kind of plumping texture. And also, if you open up a polish and you let it drip, you see that by the dripping time, it's a lot slower than normal nail polish. So you can really see the thickness and the creaminess of the texture. So we say all in all, it takes up to 4 minutes until it's completely dry, both layers plus the top coat. And the removal is super easy. We have a question. You just remove it with acetone-free remover.
Can you use nail boost under?
The question is, can you use nail boost, natural nail boost underneath? Yes, of course. Natural nail boost basically is a permanent base coat for nail polish and also, of course, for Wow. Ute, man kann doch NLB darunter wenden. So you can of course combine the two systems. So now we are starting with the top coat. Normally you would do the second hand, so you wait just a bit longer, and then you can apply the top coat, but it's super fast, super easy, and with my nails, normal nail polish really doesn't last that long. It lasts up to 7 days, regardless of what I do with my nails. So it's really an advantage compared to normal nail polish.
Kann man das gut sehen? Das ist eine schöne glatte.
So I'm trying to hold it. Maybe you can zoom in. It has a super ultra shiny effect to it. I have a bit uneven nail plates, so it's really very nicely evened out. And by tomorrow, the surface gets even harder. So you just really have to wait 1 day until it's fully hardened through, and then it lasts up to 7 days. You don't need to polish it by direct light. You don't need to polish it outside, so normal daylight in a room is perfect. When you storage your Wow polishes, be aware that they are not open too long because of the photo initiators inside, and be careful that you don't rest them by the window, because it is a hardening aspect to it, a curing aspect. So you should store them at a light protected area. If you need an argumentation, we prepared the sheet for you that you can ask us for. We have it in 5 different languages, and basically this sheet explains the differences between the systems all week long and Wow. So this is something that we can send to you if you are interested in. It basically explains the two different systems, it explains the advantages, but also the type of customers that the products are good for. We have a question?
Do I have to clean the nail boost first with cleaner, or can I apply directly on the sticky layer?
So the question is, do we have to clean the nail before applying the second layer? Ute?
Nein, du musst natürlich cleaner nehmen. Ja.
So you have to cleaner the nail either with nail polish primer or with cleaner before applying the first layer, but not after applying the first and
Nee, direkt einmal cleanen
the
und dann kann
second
man
layer. So
direkt
just,
auflackieren.
you just clean your nails before applying the polish system, and then you don't need to clean it in between. So this is basically the effect. You can see it really has almost like a soak-off look, a gel look to it. The nail plate, really you can see the plumping effect. It's a gel-like texture and it's almost dried. So it's super fast drying time, high shine, easy application.
Ich würde auch noch mal zeigen, wie es wieder runtergeht.
And now we will also show you how easy the removal is. And another marketing material that we prepared for you is basically some application tips, also an explanation, something that you could hand out to your customers, where we explain the system, we explain how the system works, who is it suitable for, and also we have some technical explanations of the texture, the polish, but also the top coat and how they work with each other. We have application advice, some extra tips, for example, if you want to prolong the durability or fresh up the shine, you can apply the top coat every other day, every second or third day if you like. So this is something that we can also...
So ein normaler Nagellackentferner.
So this is just normal LCN nail polish remover.
Kurz draufhalten.
Just rest a little and then just
Und
wipe
dann
off.
lässt sie das auch in einem Ritt sehr schön vom Nagel wieder entfernen.
So this is just a very easy removal, and you can see you have no stains whatsoever. This is really the advantage of the implemented base coat in the color.
Wichtig ist immer ein Pad für einen Nagel.
Very important, what we just said is that you use one pad per nail. So it's a very secure and safe removal and system.
Und keine Schädigung der Nagelplatte, wirklich ein optimales Entfernen.
So you have no damage of the nail plate whatsoever. You don't have to file. You don't have to use acetone.
Richtig einmal kurz andrücken, damit es bis anweichen kann.
So Ute always presses the pad on the nail before wiping.
Und dann hat man auch keine Rückstände auf der Nagelplatte. Ist ja ganz wichtig.
Some customers ask me if they can accelerate the drying time by putting it into the light.
Wie die Trockenheit ist?
Nee, ob du es schneller trocknen bekommst, wenn du es ins Lichtgerät.
Nein.
But we always recommend not to put your hand in the light unit.
Das führt eher dazu, dass die Photosensoren so ein bisschen gestört
Und
werden.
Bläschen dann.
Und dann entstehen nämlich Bläschen.
So if you use a light unit with the system, it might happen that the small bubbles occur.
Und das geht sehr schnell. Sobald man drin ist,
Yeah.
entstehen da sehr schnell diese Bläschen.
And this happens very fast. So also sometimes when we have a fair, we have a similar effect because of the lights, many lights. Sometimes it gets too hot that small bubbles can appear. So this is always the case if you apply the second layer too fast after the first layer isn't dry yet.
So, dann ist es schon
And
wieder.
it's as simple as that. So easy application, easy removal, great effect. Ute,
Schön.
what are your favorite highlights of the system? Was sind deine Lieblingseigenschaften von diesem System?
Es lässt sich sehr einfach lackieren. Es trocknet sehr schnell. Das
So
ist ja-
you have a easy application, fast drying time.
Und es hat auf einem normalen Nagel eine sehr schön lange Haltbarkeit.
And for a normal nail, it has a really nice and long durability.
Und natürlich dieses Ausgleichen, ne? Es gleicht gut die
And
Nagelplatte
the
aus.
plumping effect has the result that it evens out the nail plate. So these are very great advantages.
Und es sind natürlich tolle Farben.
And yeah, we have beautiful colors. These are the 12 LCN bestseller colors that we selected for the system.
Ist für jeden was dabei, von Nude bis
You have nude tones, red tones, dark tones, beige,
alles bei.
rosé tones. So I think it's a great system with a great assortment. We will stock up the assortment because the first feedback of the system in the German market is very positive. So we will expand the standard range. And we really hope you like it, and we would love to hear your feedback. If you have tested it yet, please keep in mind we have a point of sale display, but we also have a small start set. You can use it in the salon, you can sell it to your end consumer, so you have multiple functions of also promoting this concept, and we are really looking forward to your feedback. Any more questions? Okay, so it's a very short webinar today because there's not much to say about the application, and it's very simple. It's something that you can just try out, and it works well. So we wish you a lot of fun and success with the system. And if you have any questions in the end or after this webinar, you can of course contact us at any time. So we wish you a nice evening. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye bye.
See you soon. Bye bye.